Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Cooperman from Conservation International in the United States, and my partners and I are thrilled to be doing a research experiment here at University of Battambang. What we're interested in is looking at how climate change is going to affect the survival of the fish species that are important for people to eat for food. So again, it's the effect of climate change, the slow increase in temperature, and how it's going to affect fish growth rate, fish reproduction, and fish survival for the species that are very important for food to the Cambodian people. So what we're doing is called an experiment in the thermal ecology and respirometry of fish species. Excuse me. So what we do is we have fish which we collect from the wild, and we put them into a series of tanks over here. These different tanks are set at different temperatures. The first row of tanks are set at what is basically a summertime temperature now, modern day water temperature. Let's just say 30 degrees centigrade. The next line over, we put heaters in, and we raise the temperature above that 30 degrees. The middle line will be at 32 degrees. And the third set of tanks will be 34 degrees. And we put the fish into those tanks, and we hold them there for a couple of weeks as they get used to the new temperature. Then we put them in a special, we put them here into the little kiddie pool where we have special equipment that will look at how they use oxygen. So when you and I breathe, we breathe in air, our body takes some of the oxygen out of the air, and then we breathe out. And what we breathe out has a little less oxygen in it. Well, fish do the same thing with their gills. So we use very sensitive equipment to look at how much oxygen a fish uses, and then how oxygen use changes as a function of temperature. So as the water gets warmer, the fish uses more oxygen. And the amount of oxygen you use is related to energy. If the fish has a lot of energy, it has energy to grow, energy to reproduce, energy to hunt for food, energy to escape from the things that are trying to eat it, etc. But if it has very little energy, it can't grow, it doesn't reproduce, it doesn't hunt for food, it doesn't escape its predators, and so on. Nobody knows how water temperature affects the energy available to these fish. Nobody's ever done this research. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at how increasing water temperature, which is what's going to happen with climate change, will affect fish growth and energy budget. And that's what all of this equipment is here for. One of the great things about this project, we call it hot fish. That's the name we gave the project because it's how hot temperature affects fish growth. So we're doing all the research as we've described and talked about, but the second thing that's really wonderful about this project is all of this equipment that we helped build here and we brought in, it stays here when the experiment is done. This will all become the property of the University of Battambang. So part of our work here is to train graduate students and the other students at the school how to use all of this equipment so that they can continue to do experiments like what we're doing here after we leave. My partner, our research team, is going to do 2 species of fish. The tray reel, also known as the money fish, is a very, very abundant fish that everybody eats. It's very, very important to the Tonle Sap and the Mekong system. And we're also doing the iridescent shark catfish, which is the catfish that is used in aquaculture a lot. But the Mekong system has 500, 600, 700 species of fish. So we only have time to do 2 species. When we leave, other people can use this equipment to do 3rd species, 4th species, and on and on and on. Because all of this equipment will stay here, and we're training people how to use it. And that's a really nice bonus, I think, of the research that we're doing. So the fish goes inside the box here, and we call this our respirometer. When the fish sits in here for 1 day, we have an oxygen sensor which looks at how much oxygen it uses as it breathes in the water. And that changes as we change the temperature. So this is really the heart of our experiment, this respirometry chamber. As you can see, it's just Tupperware and plastic plumbing fittings. very easy to build, but it's a really excellent piece of scientific equipment.